greetings of love to all of you on this very, very auspicious occasion. All of us gathered here offer our pranams of gratitude to Bhagawan for having blessed us to be here with us in His divine presence on the occasion of His 74th birthday. The function this morning is in 3 parts. In the first part, we have 3 very distinguished elders speaking to us. In the second part, we will have the release of a special commemorative stand on the occasion of the completion of the Sri Sathya Sai drinking water project. And finally, Bhagawan will bless us with his divine discourse. It's my honor and privilege to introduce to you the 3 speakers who will be speaking to us. The first is Professor S.V. Chitti Babu, eminent educationist from Tamil Nadu. Professor Chitti Babu had been the Vice Chancellor of Annamalai University and Madurai Kamraj University, both from Tamil Nadu. He had also headed various commissions and boards of education and education reform. Is Professor G. Venkatraman, formerly Vice Chancellor, Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning. Speaker is Sri Kondal Rao, former Engineer-in-Chief, Government of Andhra Pradesh, and currently Technical Consultant to the Government of Andhra Pradesh. Come and address us. Professor Chitti Babu.
Om Sri Sai Ram. Let me at the outset offer my reverential pranams to the lotus feet of our Lord. Asukoma Swargamaya, Mrityoma Avadangamaya. This is the Upanishad saying that we need to contemplate on this occasion. From untruth to truth, from darkness to light, from death to immortality. In the presence of our great Lord, this should be our striving and endeavor. And we are all assembled here to receive the blessings of our beloved Swami. Who are assembled here in all humility, we see our Lord as a myriad suns and moons and stars all come together. His effulgence is so mellowed. As all of us know, that our Lord has been a world teacher, the educator eternal, the expounder of the unity of religions, the synthesizer of sciences and humanities. Above all, man who is the avatar of love. Love, love, love. This has been the word that He has all the time inculcated in our hearts and minds. And therefore, with loads of love in our heart, we are assembled here to hear His message on this momentous, eventful, unforgettable occasion. Sisters and brothers, who am I to say anything more than what our Lord has been saying? Therefore, it is incumbent on our part to see to it that we act up to his expectations. He has given us plenty of counsel, advice par excellence, and yet in the world we find so much of distress, so much of suffering. And he has come as the redeemer of the sufferings of humanity. That is why this big university has now become the synovium of attention, the synovium of attraction. Thousands and thousands of teachers, thousands and thousands of vice chancellors and other chancellors. This chancellor is unique because he is a divine chancellor. Well, all of them are rushing to this sacred place and trying to what is Indian culture, what is Indian spirituality. Our Lord has given us wonderful ideas. He has also given us, not merely theoretical solutions, but practical prescriptions also. He is the incomparable educational practitioner. Now he is shedding all the divine sort of a personage that he is capable of. He is mixing with the multitudes of people. He could find peace in solitude, but he finds comfort amidst multitudes. And that is why our Lord is the very embodiment of love. When he speaks out the truth and underscoring again and again. These are the eternal verities of life. We'll have to start with Sathya, Asika, Dharma, Prema, and Shanti, and ultimately of course Ahimsa. These are the 5 human values which alone can lead our world. We just offer one simple prayer before you. Because you are always very compassionate. You are a very, very personification of compassion for us. Of course, as he told us yesterday, he is utterly practical. He said education not only should impart us knowledge, but it must also be practical knowledge. That means he is updated. He feels that the present education given either in the schools or in our universities is absolutely useless and valueless so long as that education doesn't lead us to gainful employment. That is why yesterday he underscored vocational education. What is happening today is in most universities and schools is not vocational, it's not vocational education. It has become vocational education, sometimes it becomes occasional education also. But here in this university alone, we feel the synthesis of theory and practice. He has always said that an ounce of practice is what a ton of theory. Therefore, he is here to be taken advantage of. He is so full of love, and he has been telling us the end of wisdom is freedom. The end of culture is perfection. The end of knowledge is love and empowerment. Oh Lord, please give us your blessings. Thank you. Om Sri.
On behalf of all the people assembled here, on behalf of the millions who are not here but wish they were, and on my own behalf, I place humble and reverential pronounce at the lotus feet of our most beloved Bhagawan. Esteemed elders, dear sisters and brothers, and my dear students, Sai to all of you and greetings on this holy and auspicious day. Blessed we are to be able to gather on this day at the lotus feet of our Lord. It is said, as was mentioned in the drama yesterday, we must also rejoice over the fact that Lord has made it so easy for us to experience prema or divine love by coming into contact with His physical form. In the famous film Meera, to which many references were made a few days ago, there is a beautiful song sung by Meera, played by Lakshmi. And the song says, Andanalum Mandidalo Vrindavanathil Kannan Malaranda. Meera says, oh, will not those days come back when Krishna frolicked in Vrindavan? Well, Meera's prayers have been answered and the Lord is now once again in our midst, and we have the opportunity to see yet another chapter being added to Srimad Bhagavatam. But Swami says we should not merely see this addition, we must experience ecstasy. And how do we experience this ecstasy? In the previous avatar, Chitti Sai, Swami one day asked his devotees, told his devotees, you all have been having my darshan for so long, but how many of you have had the darshan of the Atma? How many of you have seen the glory of the Atma? How many of you have experienced Atma Saundaryam? One day, I made bold to ask Bhagawan, Swami, how do we experience this Atma Saundaryam? How do we see the glory of the Atma? Swami smiled and said, the easiest way is through prema. And seeing the puzzled look on my face, he continued, when you come and see me, don't you feel happy? Don't you experience joy? Even though he was physically, he was able to experience Krishna when the Lord came. That is devotion. Swami, who has seen devotees like Lakshmana, Bharata, Anjaneya, and of course a whole lot of saints, he is very tolerant and he says, your devotion is only part-time devotion. This is rather like the electric supply we receive, high voltage sometimes, low voltage most of the time, and no power rest of the time. Which on how to spiritualize life. In fact, I did not realize that it was a lesson, and I realized it only much, much later. Many years ago, I was in Bombay at that time. My son became very ill. He was only a baby, 18 days old. I panicked and rushed to a doctor in the neighborhood. The doctor came home, gave an injection, and asked me to come back with him to the dispensary. I went with him to the dispensary, and the doctor asked a compounder to make some medicines. Compounders had not yet become extinct in those days. And when the compounder gave the medicine to the doctor took the medicine, stood up, went to the wall on which was hanging a picture of Guru Nanak. He stood before the picture silently for a couple of minutes, and then he gave the medicine to me and said, don't worry, everything will be all right. And so it was. I am very happy to recall that incident today because today also happens to be celebrated as Guru Nanak's birthday. Now, the reason I am recalling this is because here was a wonderful example of how to convert work into worship. The doctor was doing his work, but he converted it into worship. Swami gives this prescription in a beautiful way. Man mein Ram, hath mein kaam. When Bhagawan went to Delhi, he made many visits, but he made an unscheduled visit to a kitchen that was manned by Sevadals. Because this is very pertinent. Swami says man is making a big mistake, a very big mistake. And what is that mistake? He is missing what is good in this world and he is taking what is bad in this world. Mistake. He is missing the good and taking the bad. He says this very often. He drew our attention to this a couple of days ago. He says the body of man is very different. It takes in what is good and rejects what is bad. But the mind of man is doing just the opposite. So on this day, the best gift we can offer to Bhagawan is an expression of gratitude. And the best prayer we can offer to Bhagawan is to say, oh Lord, help me in some measure at least to spiritualize my life. And Swami says, you don't have to know all the 700 verses of the Gita. Practice one half of one sloka, 1/4 of one sloka, Advaita Sarva Bhutanam. That's enough. So let us make this prayer today. Bhagavan, I thank you for this birthday gift to me and I express my gratitude to you. Dear sisters and brothers, thank you for your patience. Jai Sai Ram. Sai Baba. మగవాడి చేత కూడా అనర్గళంగా మాట్లాడే శక్తి, కుంటివారి చేత కూడా అవలీలగా పర్వతాలు ఎక్కించే భగవాన్ సత్య సాయి. Distinguished guests, my dear brothers and sisters, as you all are aware, after giving the gift of education and health, Bhagawan had undertaken a massive water supply project for the Anantapur district. All the schemes covered by the project have been functioning for the past more than 3 years. It is a matter of great satisfaction that even during the summer months, the villages covered by these schemes get uninterrupted water supply, which is pure and free from excess chlorides. The mission of Bhagawan and Vedic districts of Andhra Pradesh to cover about 300 villages. Many villages in Mahabubnagar and Vedic districts are having high concentration of chlorides in groundwater. Further, due to free comprehensive schemes, namely Andor, Atnora, Guba, Pattancheru, Miridoti, Gajwel, Opran, and people have been taken up with water being drawn from rivers like Manjira, Haldi, Kudlai, etc. Distribution will be through pipelines after treatment. Here again, construction of work is progressing in respect of intake wells, rapid sand filters, and pipelines. Bhagawan has been advising me at every stage of the program for the proper implementation, and the love and affection showered on me is unimaginable. It was proposed to cover at least 74 villages before the 74th birthday of Bhagawan. And even, I may say here, even till 14th of this month, I was not able to provide water even for a village. And with Bhagawan's grace, in the last 1 week, I am happy to announce that on this auspicious occasion of Bhagawan's 74th birthday celebration, that we are commencing water supply schemes to cover 74 villages in Mahabubnagar. Swami's blessings, we expect the complete balance works to cover remaining 225 villages to coincide with the celebration of Bhagawan's 75th birthday.
Special postage stamp commemorating the execution and completion of the Sri Sathya Sai water supply project in Anantapur district is being released today. Along with the special postage stamp, first day cover will also be released. The cancellation thereof also will be done. Sri R.U.S. Prasad, Secretary, Department of Posts, Government of India, and Chairman, Postal Services Board, will hand over the special postage stamp album to Bhagawan for his divine acceptance. I now request Sri R.U.S. Prasad to say a few words before he offers the special postage stamp album to Bhagawan. Sri Prasad.
Dear brothers and sisters, over the years, millions of ardent devotees have been receiving the divine grace and blessings at the lotus feet of Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Bhagawan is the symbol of love, brotherhood, truth, dharma and peace. As the Baba himself says, my life is my message. Baba has done yeoman service to the humanity at large, given solace, and shown the right path to people from all walks of life, people of all faiths and people of all ages. The Sri Sathya Sai water supply project was founded and executed by the Sri Sathya Sai Central Trust to Bhagawan Baba to mark the formal release. Om Sai Ram.
Gathered here, joined together in praying Bhagawan to bless us with his divine discourse.